hate to break up good conversation, but we've got a schedule to keep because we got a bridge to rededicate. So good morning, my name is Mac Burns. I'm the Executive Director of the Clatsop County Historical Society, and it is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome you all here this morning. You know, as I was trying to figure out what exactly I was going to say, I know we've got some great speakers, and they're going to talk probably a little bit about the history of the bridge, construction of the bridge, what it means, things like that. So I thought I would take a different tack. How many of you ever taken a vacation and you went on TripAdvisor before you left to figure out what hotel you want to stay in, or what museum you want to see, or maybe what restaurant to eat in? Yelp and TripAdvisor. Well, believe it or not, there are more than 500 reviews of the bridge. So I thought I would share a few with you this morning. O.C. Ozzy writes, "You can't miss it." How does one review a bridge? "Nice job, bridge. Really good spans." If you go to Astoria, Oregon, you will definitely see this bridge and form your own opinions. If you want to get from Astoria to Washington without driving way out of your way, you must go across it. AK from Portland says, "5-star bridge all around. It never falls down when I drive over it and is always there when I need it. Couldn't ask for more." 5 stars. And then this might be my favorite until I read you some more. Bill B. writes, "It's too long." I think it's probably just about the right length. The ODOT folks, I think you would probably agree, it's probably just the right length. So Bill B., I don't think we have any plans to shorten it. All right, now if you could put your hands together for our very own Astoria Mayor, Arlene Lemire. Come on up, Arlene.
What a historic day. This is exciting. As the Mayor of Astoria, I am honored to welcome you to the 50th anniversary of the Astoria Megler Bridge. Until 1966, the only way we had to get across the mighty Columbia was by ferry. That's remembered by nostalgia with some, but it wasn't the quickest way to get across the river. With the construction of the Astoria Megler Bridge, the last section of Highway 101 was completed, providing a throughway from California to Washington. We now have a vital link to neighboring communities in western Washington, and even a link of several thousand miles to Waldorf, Germany. Most of you know that Waldorf, Germany is Astoria's sister city. 50 years ago, when the bridge first opened, a delegation of citizens from Waldorf came over here, and they were one of the first to go across the bridge. And it's just very significant that this is the oldest sister city relationship with 2 folks who were in war during World War II. 55 years we've had this sister city relationship. I wonder if all those people from Waldorf could stand up. I just want you to know they sent a delegation of 18 people to come over and celebrate with us the rededication of our bridge. I think that's pretty special. We're so glad you all came and hope you're enjoying our beautiful city as much as we enjoyed yours. It was wonderful. Again, welcome to all of you, those of you who worked on the bridge, those of you who have crossed the bridge, and those of you who have flown across the ocean to join us in crossing the bridge on the 50th anniversary. Our U.S. Congresswoman Suzanne Bonamici was sorry not to be able to attend the celebration, but has sent the following letter. Dear friends, congratulations on this celebration of the first 50 years of the Astoria Megler Bridge, a truly historic structure in a community that is rich in history. Bridges are potent symbols of collaboration, good government, and teamwork. But the Astoria Megler Bridge is not just symbolic. It stands as the living embodiment of these values. Oregon and Washington collaborated to build this iconic structure, which not only links our two states, but was also the final piece of the Trans-American Highway, a continuous route linking Canada, the United States, and Mexico. Creating this ambitious structure initially required a toll, but the state governments followed through on their pledge to lift that toll as soon as the costs were paid off, 2 years ahead of schedule. That just doesn't happen. It's great. Now 6,000 vehicles use this bridge every day, benefiting the economy throughout the region. For that, we have the workers who built the bridge to thank. In particular, I think of Mr. John Anderson's words about what it was like being part of a team that built the bridge. As he said, everybody had everybody's back. The Astoria Megler Bridge is a powerful reminder that when we collaborate on our problems, live up to our promises, and look out for each other, we can craft enduring solutions to any challenge we face. Best wishes for the next 50 years and beyond, Suzanne Bonamici, Member of Congress. Happy birthday, Astoria Megler Bridge.
Thank you. Welcome to the podium here. Our friends from Germany.
I just wanted to make it short, quick. We've got a present for the city of Astoria, and I have to say a word to this. This stone is more than 1 billion years old, so it's really, really old. And this statue is created and manufactured by our former chief of the building department of our town. He is also an artist, and when I asked him if he could do something for this celebration, he said, just give me some days, I have to think. And then he thought, and I found it so beautiful. I hope you like it. And I think it's a resting piece. It has 1 billion years. It can get another billion years without us, I suppose, but it will. So it will survive. Like this bridge, I hope it will survive. It brings us to the future. This is our gift from Waldorf to Astoria. And then I've got something else I give to Arlene, because this is very small, but this is also very heavy because of its container. We want to give a donation because we found so much friendship, so much love here, and we want to give something back. We want to share this, what is inside. You will see it. Just give 1/2, please, to the student exchange program, because what we are doing here has to go on with our next generation. It's our duty and our responsibility that the young follow us in this friendship, and this can only work with the students exchange program between our towns. So please take 1/2 of this, and the other 1/2, I know there was a little struggle, I don't want to discuss this, but we are very fond of doing things for poor people. You have poor people in this town, we have poor people in our town, and they have someone to care for them. I know it's always a big discussion, but please take the other 1/2. We heard that there is a warming house for the very poor people in winter where they can have a rest, where they can take a shower in the summer. And it is very important for us that we can help these people. So please take the other 1/2 for the poor people of this town. And it's our duty to care also for these people who are not on the sunny side of life. Thank you.
Washington State Secretary of Transportation, Roger Millar.
Well, good morning, everyone. When I came in this morning, I was asked whether I participated in constructing the bridge, and I've only been on the job a week, so I've been aging, I guess. Back in '66, when the bridge was dedicated, I was an Army brat. My father was in Vietnam, So being an Army brat kind of one of the defining parts of my life, and it was just wonderful seeing the people from Waldorf here because I went to high school in Stuttgart and my wife went to high school in Heidelberg, and I've lived in Pforzheim and in Karlsruhe. It's wonderful to see the warmth and the generosity of the people of Waldorf. Yeah, as I mentioned, I am an Army brat. I came here to the Northwest in 1983. It was my first opportunity to choose where I wanted to live. Uncle Sam made all the previous decisions. So I scurried out to the Northwest and lived in the Portland-Vancouver area, and I came to Astoria for the first time in 1983. Astoria was a very different place in 1983. It was a very different place in 1966, but its investments, like the investment in the bridge and other investments that our two states have made and the communities that have made, that have really contributed to the economic well-being and the quality of life of our communities. So we're here today to celebrate 50 years of partnership. This is a classic collaboration between our two states and between Clatsop and Pacific counties and Astoria and Megler and the rest. It provides better access to Astoria, the regional center for the folks in Southwest Washington, and improves the quality of life and the land values of our residents over the Long Beach Peninsula area. The need for the bridge at the time was clear. What was great is that when we saw that need, we came out and figured out a way to solve the problem and solved it. The other thing that's neat about it is when it opened in 1966, we charged a $1.50 toll. That's equivalent of about $12 in today's dollars, and it's a lot of money. And as we're tolling facilities in other parts of the states, it's nice to remember that. It's nice also to remember that once the bonds were paid off, the tolls were lifted, and the bridge is free to drive on now. It was commemorated back August 27th of '66. There were 30,000 people here. It was quite the event at the time. Mark Hatfield, then Governor of Oregon, and Dan Evans, then Governor of Washington, opened the bridge, and I had the honor of working a little bit with then Senator Hatfield, and this is one of his many contributions to the state of Oregon. We're here 50 years later celebrating this important anniversary, and congratulations to all the people involved, the folks who built it. It's great to see you back here. The folks who benefit from it, great to see you here as well, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.
Thank you. So since we just had Washington, we need now the Director of the Oregon Department of Transportation, Matt Garrett.
Well, good morning. This is very impressive, very special. I've always known that Astoria is a very special community. But when you come to the events, you know how important the event is by the turnout and the relationship a project has with the community. What I didn't realize was the exponential relationships that are tethered to Astoria. I knew it was historic, but this is extremely impressive, and it is a privilege for me to be among the folks who have the opportunity to speak with you. You know, when I started writing, I thought, well, I'll do very quickly, make some comments and then move on. But I just kept writing because there's a lot of history, there's a lot of fingerprints on this project here, and I wanted to share with you. It won't take long. But as was said, the Astoria-Megler Bridge is one of the Northwest's most interesting and iconic bridges. It stretches over 4 miles and is one of the world's longest continuous 3-span through-truss bridges. And all those gentlemen who were up here that built it understand each and every inch of those 4 miles and the complexity of building such a bridge here. More importantly, it links, as was said, Astoria and the North Coast to the communities of Southwest Washington, and is a gateway to the marine traffic entering the Great Columbia River here. The bridge has become an integral part of the area's scenery, of its character, and truly represents the art of connection. And as Roger said, it is hard to believe that it was in August 50 years ago that then Governor Mark Hatfield of Oregon and Dan Evans of Washington cut a ribbon to officially open the toll gate as well as the bridge to traffic. And it was indeed a landmark day, a landmark achievement, because it did complete US 101 as an unbroken link between the Canadian and Mexican border, allowing tourism, trade and commerce to flow freely between our states and between our nations. And as then Governor Mark Hatfield declared, all Oregon, and indeed all the West, has reason to rejoice as we pause to dedicate this tremendous structure we call the Astoria Bridge. It will do much to enhance the personal as well as the commercial concerns of those who make their homes on the Oregon coast. So, it stands as much as a symbol of our progress as a source of pride for all of us. And indeed, we are very proud of this bridge. Now, you may have noticed that over the past few years, we are in the middle of a major project to repaint and repair and provide extensive maintenance to this beautiful structure here. After 50 years of withstanding some of nature's most punishing wind, rain, powerful storm surges, as well as the corrosive salt water and air, the bridge was due for a major facelift. A 12-year project engaged in 2009, and we're halfway over the finish line, or toward the finish line. It really is five separate projects that will first install the containment, or those cocoons that you see. Well, you maybe can't see them right now, but they are there, I promise you. Those are to protect the beautiful Columbia River. We don't want the lead paint to drop into it. It's also to protect the men and women who are working on it, which provides a safe environment for that effort. So we install those containment areas. We are painting this bridge from top to bottom, or maybe to use a Meriter term, from stem to stern. Again, 4 miles in length, but certainly much more as you take in the whole structure. We are repairing corrosion, we are repairing cracks, we are paving a deck, we are replacing bridge joints, the original bridge joints that those gentlemen installed, as well as repairing or replacing over 16,000 rivets. Now, the Astoria Megler Bridge is a perfect example of why it's critical to preserve, protect, and invest in our transportation assets. It helps us to efficiently move goods from our ports, from our fishing boats, from our farms, forests, factories, to national and international markets. And make no mistake, a healthy tourism industry depends on a healthy transportation system. So simply put, Oregon's bridges, highways, roads, and public transportation systems contribute to virtually everything of value in our economy and in our lives. So, Oregonians, as well as Washingtonians, are counting on us to invest and deliver safe and efficient transportation systems that provide choices for our citizens, systems that connect and transport goods and services, and a system that connects our people to work, school, recreation, and family. So, as it was 50 years ago, as it is today, the Astoria Megler Bridge is a shining example of this type of investment and stands symbolic of what one generation can do for the next. So, I say happy 50th to this man-made wonder, and may we salute her for many years to come. Thank you very much.
I've been asked to deliver this letter from Governor Brown. Honored guests from Oregon, Washington, and Waldorf, I regret that I am unable to join you today on the 50th anniversary of the Astoria Megler Bridge opening and dedication. This beautiful bridge stands as a testament to the foresight of an earlier generation that recognized that a well-managed transportation system is the backbone of a thriving regional economy. It is fitting that we acknowledge the history and importance of the Astoria Megler Bridge and honor those who dedicated themselves to building it. An off-script thank you again, construction workers, for what you did. The Astoria Megler Bridge was conceived to replace ferry service that once connected Astoria, Oregon with Megler, Washington. At the time the bridge was proposed, the region was long past its rough-hewn days from the first half of the century. The economy was burgeoning and new robust infrastructure was needed to better serve a growing population in the interstate era. Thanks to visionary transportation advocates like Astoria's own Senator Bill Holmstrom, and his daughter is here today. Would you please give Barbara Holmstrom Gavin a hand?
and Astoria's Dan Thiel. Construction of the Astoria Megler Bridge began in 1962 and was completed 2 years ahead of schedule. As you know, dedicated in 1966 by Oregon Governor Mark Hatfield and Washington Governor Dan Evans, original traffic projections across the bridge were quickly exceeded, helping to boost the local and regional economies. Like many of Oregon's other coastal bridges, the Astoria Megler Bridge is an engineering marvel. It was built with the strength to support the more than 6,000 daily crossings of today and with resilience to withstand ever-changing coastal weather conditions. When completed, the Astoria Megler Bridge was then the longest continuous truss bridge in the world and was the last link in the eagerly anticipated Trans-America Highway, a continuous motor route through Canada, the United States, and Mexico. From the vantage point of history, we know that projects like the Astoria Megler Bridge bring significant benefits to local communities and unlock key economic development opportunities. Resilient and well-maintained transportation infrastructure helps the regional economy grow and sustains much-needed family wage jobs. I am pleased we are celebrating this important anniversary and honoring the vision of a previous generation that realized the design, construction, and completion of this bridge. May it continue to stand as a symbol of fortitude and innovation and inspire a renewed commitment to creating a shared vision for our future, one that meets the needs of Oregon communities, Washington communities, and all their people. Sincerely, Kate Brown, Governor, State of Oregon. And before I relinquish the microphone, while the Burgermeister brought that magnificent, beautiful piece of art, I too have gifts. 2 bottles of beer. No, far from a billion-year durability, but still glamorous and gorgeous. One for Governor Inslee, one for Governor Brown, and Matt Garrett, I'll have one for you later. Thank you all for coming today.
The Megler Bridge is a marvel of human innovation and engineering power. It commands both sea and sky. Additionally, the Astoria Megler Bridge is a graveyard littered with dozens of dead birds. I mean, good Lord, there was like a 3 to 4 dozen dead seagulls in various states of decomposition along with a dead pelican. I didn't even know we had pelicans around here. Have you ever ran over a dead, rotting bird the size of a rugby ball because you couldn't stop, one lane each way, or swerve because you'd have a head-on collision with opposing traffic? Yeah, it's not a bump like you'd expect from a speed bump or a big mammal body or something. No, it's a really quiet, barely audible little wump. 3 times on the drive back from Oregon today. Wump. Little birdie bodies being compacted further into the blacktop. And with that, let's drive across the bridge and drive some more little birdie bodies into the blacktop. Thank you all for coming. We've got the parade at noon, so let's drive across that bridge.